Hello there, buenos dias, pura vida from Arcasa in Costa Rica. The banana patch is right behind me, full of dátil bananas and ice cream bananas that are all fruiting. I hope you enjoyed the vlog that I filmed and posted yesterday, talking and announcing that Natalia and I are having a baby girl in May, late April, early May, in like 3 months. I still can't believe that I'm saying that. And Natalia is my wife. We got married a month ago in Mexico, and now we're back in Costa Rica, hunkering down here on the farm to grow our own food and build a family. And it's really wild because when I started this channel, I think in 2014, I was a college student, sophomore, I think, in college or junior, recovering from my own personal demons of control issues and eating disorder stuff. I was a college student, not yet graduated, no girlfriend, going through my own personal struggles, pretty newly vegan, like 2 years vegan, sharing my journey of life on YouTube with the goal of connecting with others, sharing vulnerability, building a little business around it, and just becoming a better person and also entertaining people. And fast forward, think about all of the stuff that has happened in my life, graduating college, living in Berkeley, uh, my travels in Thailand and China, and biking from Alaska to Costa Rica, finding my beautiful, who was once my girlfriend the last 2 years and now my wife here in Costa Rica. And now we're having a baby and growing our family, and can't forget Maggie as well, who's sitting right over there with me. And if you were to put together that entire timeline and arc of what has gone down from 2014 to now, which is like an 8-year journey, um, honestly, at any point throughout that time, if you would say it would not end, but get to this point where we have a beautiful home on our farm, growing our food in Costa Rica, having babies, that's honestly exactly what I wanted throughout the whole thing. Even though I've changed as a person from a college student to a traveler to now, in the back of my head, throughout all those phases of life, I knew that what I'm doing now was what I wanted to do as a more mature, grown-up, adult human being. And we're doing it, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm also grateful for all the people, my family, friends, who have helped me get to this point in my life's journey. So it's a trip, and it's great. And I hope that Natalia is open to share a lot of the next 3 months with you guys here on the YouTube channel. And then once we have a little baby, because we are obviously going to do it pretty different. We are radical, naturalist, environmental people, and we want to raise our child to be the smartest, most compassionate, most mindful, sustainable human being possible and healthy. And I'm sure that's going to take a very alternative path because we live out in the jungle on a farm. But in this video, I want to go through some of my most excited thoughts around becoming a new dad, and some of my biggest fears or things that are just, I mean, I wouldn't say I have any deep fears about this whole process. It's a rite of passage through life that so many humans go through. So I know I'm going to do great, but of course there's certain anxieties or stresses, as this is going to be such a life changer that I have. So off the top of my head, some of my most excited points of me becoming a new dad. Number one, by far, and this is like the number one that outweighs like even all the other benefits, is the love. I'm so excited to experience the love. We all hear from most people who have children that you've never loved something and been devoted to another being or thing or passion, nothing even comes close to having your own child. And I can understand that. When I brought Maggie into my life, she's probably the deepest love that I've felt before I met Natalia. And then Natalia came in my life, and now we're having a child that we're creating together, and it's just the ultimate pinnacle. And what a better gift than to be flooded with a deeper sense of love than you've ever felt. I mean, I'm so glad and hopeful and excited to experience that. It's going to be crazy. So that's number one. Just building a family and having that tribe and experiencing that love. Next is probably a more selfish reason, but it's the growth that I'm going to have as a human being. Um, Having a kid forces you, it already feels like it's forcing me, and I'm glad that I feel this way, to be a more responsible, healthy, mindful, hardworking, successful person. Because now there's a young being who can't take control or responsibility for their own life for a number of years. And so it's my job to cultivate the best version of myself, to because we know how influenced humans are on the first few years in the upbringing of their life. So it's gonna inspire me to increase my health, mindfulness, productivity, being kind, being gentle, not exploding into rage, which is honestly something I really do not pretty much ever do, but it's going to make me be even more grounded, hopefully, and calm, and try to be responsible and successful. There have been points in my life, like when I was biking from Alaska to here, where you saw I was sleeping on the side of the road and didn't have to make much money and smoking a bunch of weed, and that was all good. That got me to the point I am now. But now I'm so dedicated and focused on building businesses and making a very opportunistic life for my child and for my family. So that's a huge benefit that I feel like I'm gonna get inspired to be my best self as well. Just want to make sure it's still recording here. Getting a good video here. All right, we're good. Next, I am so excited about seeing how this uh, new chapter in our life hopefully makes my relationship even more profound with Natalia. That we have this shared connection that is going to be different than anything we've experienced. Um, and I'm excited to have the responsibility to mold a human being. Honestly, in a way, this might sound weird, but I feel like having a kid is like playing God in a way, and that's a funny phrase for me to use because I don't even believe in a God other than just evolution and the actual universe, the physical land of Pachamama and the earth. But parents are, especially the way that we're going to parent, we're going to be in our child's lives so deeply that it's an amazing life project to create a human being who's hopefully a positive light in this world and in society. So I'm so excited to have the responsibility to do that. And then some kind of more lighthearted things of what I'm excited about are like the food making, and I know that's going to take a while because Natalia, in her breasts, is going to make the food for the first many months or year of our child's life. But once she's a toddler and we're going to have so much food pumping out of our farm, from bananas to nuts and seeds, papayas, mangoes, berries, nuts, just all this fun stuff. Making baby food, I love preparing interesting treats and dehydrated stuff, so it's going to be really fun getting to do that for a baby. So those are some of the things that I'm most excited about. And now let's talk about fears or things that I'm maybe a little nervous about, because that, of course, is a part of it. I would say the biggest thing is having to sacrifice a lot of my personal time. I am an athlete. I love hours of kind of self-care per day when it comes to running and yoga, meditation, things like that. And having a child, especially the first year, is gonna, I'm gonna have to really structure my life a little bit more strict. And I'm sure a lot of my self-care personal time, maybe even half or more of it, is gonna get cut out because of how much time and energy we are gonna put into taking care of our baby. So that's definitely something that I'm already processing and surrendering and letting go. And it's amazing. It's pretty easy because of how excited we are to be parents and have this child. I can already accept that it's not, my life is never going to be the same in terms of the freedom of time I have all day to do what I want to do selfishly. The next biggest fear is the lack of control. You know, I have siblings, and I've heard many stories of friends' siblings and families, and the parent only has so much control. Kids come with their own DNA and wiring and genetics, and things can happen in life where you try to have your child be the best, happiest human possible, but shit can happen, and being alive is traumatic and difficult, and we don't have ultimate control of how happy our child's going to be, how focused, and crazy stuff can happen. Even if we try to do the best we can to instill positive traits into our child, there's an element of surrender you have to have, because you can't completely control the outcome of how a human being is going to be as an adult when they can make their own decisions. So that's pretty scary as well. And then, like, injuries is a scary thing. I had so many injuries when I was little and running around and skateboarding and bicycling. I cracked my chin open, my head open, I've broken bones, I've gotten huge road rash from falling, and gotten black eyes playing hockey. And like, I'm just very sensitive to that stuff when it happens to someone I love. For instance, Maggie, just a handful of times, has gotten a cut or a gash or an injury, and it breaks my heart to see this vulnerable being injured. Makes me so sad, and I know it's going to happen all the time to our kid. I mean, I've hung out with friends here who have kids, especially in the jungle. They fall and get scratched and get bitten by bugs and fire ants constantly. And I'm gonna have to really accept that we can only do the best we can, and that it also actually makes a person stronger and fiercer the more little accidents they go through. But I know it's gonna be hard for me when I see our kid get cut up or scratched or fall or something. It's gonna be tough. What else? Yeah, that's it for now. Another just super exciting thing is, but I know I shouldn't focus on this now, is I can't wait to just be like best friends with our daughter. We're having a girl, by the way. But that's not going to happen until she's older. And I'm talking about like the communication aspect, just when we're actually talking and can shoot the shit, and just be friends. I mean, we're going to be friends even when she's a little baby, but I mean more like homies that can talk to each other. So that is it for now. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. Hi Maggie, perfect timing. Any types of videos you want to see from Natalia and I about her pregnancy, about our life in Costa Rica. Now that we're back from our month-long trip, I'm definitely a bit more inspired to put out videos of what's going on. If you want to come live on our land, check it out. This is our house here, and right over there we built another house / cabin. It's a 2-bedroom house, kitchen, compost toilet, and shower. Just 10 steps away right over there. And it's gonna have good Wi-Fi and a fridge and a stove and beds and everything you need to just live there fully furnished. So it's perfect for like 3 or 4 friends who want to rent it out, or a family, or even a couple. And hit me up if you want to rent it out. I think we're only going to do long-term rentals, 1 month or longer. So let me know. Hit me up in my DMs on Instagram, or jackson@plantriotic.com is my email. Much love. Dream extreme.